Hello, I am Julie from everydayvegangourmet.com, and oh no, okay, so here's the plan, okay? So I have a newborn and I've been trying to make this video for the past 4 hours, but then there's feeding and then diaper changing and then burping and oops, we threw up. So I thought she's down. I'm gonna do my best to do this in one take. We're making vegan fried rice. We are making tofu fried rice. Yeah, so this is the intent. It's a cook with me kind of video series I'm doing here with vegan cooking in my kitchen. So let's get to vegan cooking in this kitchen. And as for now, let's make today a little bit more gourmet. Phone, we're making a video. Call says now we're kind of on a time crunch. So I printed out my recipe that I made here. So I'm gonna follow what I wrote down so that I can make life easier and not forget anything and hopefully not have to edit, because fingers crossed, I'm hoping. Let's get to it. Okie dokie, that's my very used pan here. Oh, there we go. Oh, there it is. Okay, so first things first, we are gonna need half a block of tofu. Let's change this a little bit. There we go. So grab you half a block of extra firm tofu. This is mine. Whammo, there it is. It's pretty firm. Just squeeze a little bit of water out when you put it underneath the sink. I like to rinse it off with water first when I take the tofu out of the container, and just squeeze a little bit. You don't have to go ridiculous. Just get as much water as you can out with your hands. And there that is. Now we're gonna take a fork, you know, a handy dandy regular fork, and we're gonna smash this tofu down so it looks like scrambled eggs. Make it as chunky as you want or as big as pieces as you want. If you don't like this whole looking like tofu, you know, like this one, it still kind of looks like a formed piece. It doesn't look like this. Is more like eggy consistency, so do what you want. I'm gonna make mine kind of thick, eggy looking, and we're just gonna smash this really quick to make it look like smashed scrambled eggs. This is gonna be the first part of our fried rice. Then we're gonna set this aside and work on the rice. But I'm thinking we can get this video done and this rice done within 15 minutes, as long as you have all your ingredients. And whammo, oh, you can't see them, but hey, I do. And now we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm using olive oil. You can use whatever you have on hand. Heat is not on yet, so just leave the heat off. And now let's add in half a teaspoon of turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon of lemon pepper, half a tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and I'm adding in some black salt. And this is gonna make our tofu taste like eggy, like the sulfurous taste of eggs. Now, for the most eggy consistent taste in your tofu scramble, add this black salt in last, after the heat is shut off. Stir it in, and the flavor will be kept more. But I'm just going to add everything in right now. Take your spatula, mix it all together, and yes, that black salt actually looks kind of purpley in the jar before you mix it into anything, but man, it smells very sulfurous like eggs. It's kind of crazy that it smells like eggs. So, oh man, it really smells like eggs in here. Like I said, if you want the most egg smell and flavor in your food, add the black salt in last after you're done with all the heat. Okay. So it doesn't look very yellow right now, but once you turn on this heat and start cooking it, then the turmeric will start to make the tofu, the white tofu, yellow, and it'll look like eggs. So now we're gonna turn on the heat here. I'm going in between medium and medium-high heats, and then we're just gonna let this warm up and cook. Alright, so you see how yellow this looks now? I shut off the heat. It's been a couple minutes. You really only want to cook this until it gets hot so that you can put it into your rice when your rice is done. And this is going to be the last thing that we add to our tofu fried rice. So now that this is done, it smells like eggs, it looks like eggs. You don't need to cook it that long. And if you have your pan too hot, then it'll start sticking to the pan. So just put it on for between medium high and medium heat and just cook it a couple minutes until it's hot. Now I'm gonna put it in this bowl, set this aside, and clean out your pan. Whoops. Clean out your pan from that leftover tofu that was on there. Just put some water on it and scrub it out with your spatula and then dry it. And now we are going to leave the tofu for later and work on the rice. So now in your pan, we are going to add another 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm using olive oil, you use what you have. Like so. And then we're gonna add in 3 cups of already made white rice that is cold. I made this last night, or you could just use leftover Chinese rice when you get Chinese food. And just get 3 cups of cold refrigerated white rice, like so, okay? So in the pan it goes, the heat is off, so we are just going to combine the rest of the spices with this rice, the cold rice. Make sure it's cold or else it will stick to your pan and it won't be a good time. And with those 2 tablespoons of oil. So rice in there. Now for the rest of the spices, let's put in 3/4 teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger powder, 1 teaspoon of lemon pepper, 1.5 tablespoons of garlic powder, 1/2 tablespoon to 1 tablespoon of dill, 1.5 tablespoons of onion powder, and optional, sometimes I like to put in Italian seasoning, so today I'm gonna put in 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, but it's up to you if you wanna put it in there. Also, if you want a little bit more flavor, then put in 1 teaspoon of cumin instead of 3/4 teaspoon, and yeah. All right, now that all that's in there, we are going to mix it together with some peas and carrots. I like to get frozen peas, and I just had some dehydrated carrots. So 1 cup of each, I rehydrated the carrots, or you could just get frozen peas and carrots. Don't get the canned stuff because canned vegetables taste disgusting, but make sure that you drain them. We don't want any excess water in there. So I'm just going to put 1 cup of frozen peas and 1 cup of carrots in there. Make sure that they are cooked first and they're not frozen anymore because we don't want that excess water if you're using frozen. And now let's just mix everything together, get it well combined. All those seasonings in there are going to make this rice so delicious. It's very tasty and actually really easy to make. Once you've done it before, you know what to do. And it's kind of quick, but making a video, you know, it takes extra time to do this. But if you're doing this by yourself, you can do this within like 15 minutes for sure. And sometimes this could be a side dish for many people, but sometimes I just like to make this the main course, maybe even add in some black beans or some kind of other protein meat or something like that vegan wise, and make a nice bowl for 4 people or even 5 people. You see all this goodness we've got going on here? Yeah, I've got a couple of the chunks of white rice, but come on, it smells really good. There's lots of flavor in here, and now we are just going to heat it up for a little bit, add some soy sauce or aminos, and then add in our tofu, some walnuts, and call it a meal. So, let's turn on the heat, like so. Yet again on a medium to medium high heat, and I am just going to let the pan heat up here. I'm actually going to cover it to make the cooking time go faster. Alrighty. I wish you could smell this. This smells delicious. If you make this, let me know how delicious this smells to you. And it's very tasty. I like this. You let me know what you think down in the comments below and how easy it was for you. But man, this is gonna be the most flavorful fried rice that you probably ever had because of all of the ingredients we put in, the dill, the Italian seasoning. Very gourmet kind of vegan fried rice we're doing here. So, Just give it a stir. We just want to heat this up so we have nice hot rice ready to serve. And you just want to give it a stir so it doesn't stick to the bottom of your pan. Gets a little bit of color here. And now that it's hot, it's been about 2-3 minutes of it cooking. Now we're going to add in some liquid aminos from Bragg's, or you can just use soy sauce if you have that. We are going to put in 2 tablespoons of this, just like so. Spread all throughout. It's going to give our rice a little bit more color. That's it. And then give this its final stirs of the rice by itself. Want to make sure that the aminos get well combined in there into all of the rice. Alright, now I'm going to shut off the heat. Stir it just a little bit more, make sure everything's well combined. I don't really want to cook the aminos in there because there's so much rice. We want the flavor in there, this way we don't have to add more so that we can taste it. Now that that's all done, now we just finish it off. So, take your scrambled tofu, smells like eggs, and we're just gonna put some on top like so. I like to layer this a little bit so that you can get a little bit in each scoop depending on who scoops from where so that everybody gets some. Alright, and now I'm going to add in a couple handfuls of walnuts. I'm gonna do 2 handfuls like this, just give them a little crunch, like so. 1 more handful. Does not need to be perfect here, just get it in there. And then the rest of the scramble wasn't that much, but I wanted to be able to see all of the walnuts on top. So, there we go. This is our tofu fried rice, and if you don't want all of that in there, you can just give it a little bit like this so that everything gets combined. You get a little bit in every bite. Now it's time to eat. That looks great. Alright, that was easy, wasn't it? Pretty easy to make. Now let's just put a little bit, let's put a little bit in this bowl here. Because you know we have to eat it on camera or else you'd be like, yeah, well does it taste good? Yeah, it tastes pretty dang good. And it's hot, and I have not eaten anything today besides coffee. Does drinking coffee count as eating? Probably not. It smells delicious. You're not getting this rice at any Chinese place. You're only getting this at home after you make it, and it's so delicious. You can do this in 10-15 minutes max, depending on if you have all the ingredients out and ready to go. You could probably even do it faster if you don't dilly-dally and waste time doing other things. So, this has been today's vegan cooking in my kitchen video. This has been vegan tofu fried rice, and it's delicious, and I hope that you make it. If you do, leave me comments down below what you think about it, and what kind of things do you want to see being made next in this kind of one-on-one cooking style in these vegan cooking in my kitchen videos. Alrighty, I am Julie, aka Julie Rhinosaurus, and as for me, time to eat some food finally for the day. Baby girl did not wake up this whole time, so high five for that one. Oh, it's pretty dark. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Okay, this is where we're doing this. Oh, rice. Hello. Hello. Hello, rice. I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat, well, see how much rice this makes? This is enough for 4 people doing a large bowl like this, topped off here. More so than how I have the bowl in there right now, like 2-3 scoops. Delicious for dinner. This has been today's vegan cooking in my kitchen video. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I hope that you make every day a little bit more vegan gourmet in your kitchen. Until next time, I am Julie, and I'll see you down in social media links down below or on our website at everydayvegangourmet.com. Till next time, happy vegan gourmet cooking in your kitchen. I'm pretty sure I already said that, but who cares? Have a nice day. Bye.